And 93 slides later, I look back and they're all fast asleep.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey guys, we are the founders of Genius Potential Incorporated. Look, we are an edutainment company that specializes in maximizing student engagement to meet your learning outcomes. Okay, we are live from the Genius Factory that we built in New York City. Anybody from New York make some noise right now? Anybody been to New York make some noise? Heard of New York make some noise?
How many of you won't make noise no matter what question we ask?
Aww.
Appreciate the honesty.
Look, this is my guy Bert, all right? Everybody say hi, Bert. Look, he's not the NBA player Russell Westbrook.
And this is my guy, Det. Everyone say hi, Det. No, he's not the NFL player Odell Beckham Jr.
Today we're going to share some gems on how maximizing engagement is the secret ingredient when it comes to meeting your learning outcome.
Wait. Before we explore that, fastest person in the room right now, what's the 8th letter of the alphabet? Go ahead, scream it out right now, go. Okay, H, right? Think for a second how you figured that out. If you sung the ABC song, then you understand the power of engaged learning by using relevant and catchy music.
If you believe every student in your classroom has some level of genius inside of them, put your left pinky finger in the air right now. Perfect. So now we're going to pull up a detailed 93 slide PowerPoint presentation and a 57-minute lecture about the importance of...
3, what?
Alright, if you're like Bert, you just got really sad about that. That's exactly how your students feel when it comes to traditional lecture-based learning.
Raise your hand right now if you know your students hate boring lectures.
It was more interactive and it wasn't a boring lecture. And you actually got to make choices about the skit.
To get to the learning outcomes, you can't skip that engagement piece. Because if you do, students are checked out, they're on their phones, and ultimately you don't hit your learning outcomes.
So Bert, what do our audiences look like when they're engaged while actively learning?
We're gonna be alright.
I love Bert and Dad's energy, the positivity.
Say it with me. It's not just time management, but
Priority management. If you know your students are engaged with social media, say I. If you know your students keep up with the latest pop culture stories, say I. And if you know your students listen to music and YouTube, say I. Do you realize how effortlessly your students engage with these things?
And that's why our approach has been so successful. Look, we educate using relevant and engaging entertainment that students love. The result, they're college ready, financially prepared, and emotionally intelligent enough to discover and cultivate their own unique genius.
No more boring lectures, no talking heads. That's not the way today's students engage to meet your learning outcomes. Skip the long speeches on college readiness. In our TikTok stage play, Surviving College, our actors portray relatable scenarios that your students see themselves in.
And I'm a Gear Up student, and I thought Surviving College was awesome. One thing I learned from Surviving College that I can apply is to ask my teachers for help when I need it instead of waiting.
We teach financial literacy through TikTok lesson plans and fast for freestyles.
Fast for this and fast for that. No cap, we about to drop these fast for facts.
Look, I get it. Fast for this and fast for that. It's a whole lot of myths call it fast for cat. But before you lose your breath like an asthma attack, just a second, let me hit you with some fast for facts. First off, it won't cost you millions of dollars. And second, gives every student a way to before college. That means you and me got plenty of more options. Focus on our grades, a bachelor's or a doctorate. Fast for this and fast for that. No cap, let me hit you with some fast for facts. Yo.
We also teach mental wellness through songwriting workshops for stress relief and anxiety.
Game that emotion, you can't change that.
I don't do that, and I take it all back, like my college essays.
In our youth leadership summits, it's like Comic-Con meets student leadership.
Well, our time's up here. If you want a free copy of our digital ebook, Engagement for Geniuses, scan this QR code for an instant download to your phone. It gives you 5 ways to engage your students to achieve your learning outcomes.